All right, let's get to the coaching panic meter here. 4 games in now.
Here
We
we
got
go.
some. I got a little bit of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 names here I want to look at. Obviously, 10 being very much on the hot seat. 1 being, come on, get out of here. 8 names here of coaches right now that may or may not be on the hot seat, and I want you to tell me where you think they stand. First one, and this is what a team you cover.
Done.
That's the Jaguars.
Fine.
Doug Peterson, hot seat.
See how I predicted it.
10.
So here's the this is gonna be nuanced. I think the answer is like an 8, because like there's still a chance that, let me lead with this. The rest of the division is why I'm saying 10. Now, and Burn, if you would put Burn's answer
I was about to.
is perfectly justified. I can't put them at a true and honest 10 because technically it's not accurate.
Yeah, Burns at 14, by the way.
I can tell you, for those of you on the podcast,
right,
correct?
Of course, yeah.
And I pointed it out so you people on the podcast know that we love you. Except for Big Jim. I'm kidding. But
Who woke Jim?
Stop it.
No, I can't say on that show. I can say on this show though.
Do you mind? The reason why I can't say 10, or as Burns said 14, is the rest of this division is not impressive. Mm-hmm. Yes, the Jaguars are the last team to get a win. You saw what the Texans were, not only against the Jags, but even up to this point. These dudes have penalties anywhere. This team, these Texans as a team, particularly Laramie Tunsil, has more charges against them than Diddy. Okay. Like the rap sheet of penalties that Tunsil had. I think he's up to, it's 10 or 11. I know it's double digits, right? Okay. Leading the league in it. And yet they're only up by, so many games. D-Will, man, hey, thanks for checking in.
I missed that dude, man. And yeah, D-Will, text me up later. We'll hook up soon, okay? Definitely.
Bro, let's go.
Absolutely.
He doesn't want to link up with me for a pod. I'm kidding.
You probably just think you have a pod anymore.
Listen, he doesn't need to link up with me on a pod because we done met in person. So you need to step your
unlike you, California, man, California.
Mm-hmm. If there's an excuse, you'll sure as hell find it. Anyways, so yeah, but long and the short, because of that, Dougie P, the highest he can go is a 9 technically, because the rest of the division could still bail him out and they could still end up in the playoffs.
Right.
But probably not. And here's the other nuance. Here's something else I'll give Mikey B. If you believe that Shad Khan is going to axe Trent Baalke upcoming, then once that happens, it's surely a 10, because I don't know an incoming GM that would want to retain him.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go 7 because he's definitely on the hot seat. But I'm gonna go 7 because the point you made about the division was actually the one I was gonna make closer to. Even Houston at 3-1, not that impressive.
But if they and listen, shouts to my guy V and Leo on the Texas 22 podcast as well, which I did a great show with last week. They are very correctable mistakes away from being a dangerous team. I can't stress that enough.
Right. I'm gonna go 7. I'm definitely concerned there, but I want to. I think if they stay winless or get only one win in the next 4 weeks, definitely goes to 9 or 10.
I said this some time ago, and you as a metal/rock enthusiast will understand the references. Like, cause they're standing down the barrel of 0-5. Right. I said that last week, so there you go.
D will call me out because Ernest came to Cali and made all the excuses. Yeah, I remember that was 2015. Yeah, D will, man, I'm gonna buy you dinner when I come out there again. I promise. Seriously.
Yeah, right. Anyways, can you stay on football? You're embarrassing.
I will. All right, next name here, New York Jets coach Robert Saleh.
How I feel it should go is not what's going to happen. I'm going to lead with that. I don't think Robert Saleh is the problem in New York. I don't. But he's going to be fired. And I'm going to say 8. And put up Burns' comment. It's a Rodgers problem. Well, actually, it's not just a Rodgers problem. Let's be clear about that. But the perception is, you've heard even the national talking heads say it, that Saleh isn't a good coach. Okay. So I feel like that's going to matter and permeate. And when the Jets are bad, the front office being bad at their jobs, as we've seen time and time again historically, will take it upon themselves to blame Robert Saleh so they don't look bad, even though it will make them look bad to me because I know they're bad at their jobs, et cetera, et cetera. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I'm gonna go 5 because it can go either way. It's 2-2. And if they win a couple games the next couple weeks, this all goes away for a little bit and all that.
Well, I'm not fence sitting. I'm realizing that I, in my picks, also secured that the Jets wouldn't make the playoffs, so I'm going based off of that.
Right. I am in the playoffs. He shouldn't be on the fire, but it's higher. I would normally have him at a 2 or 3, but because of the fact that it is New York, it is the pressure, Aaron Rodgers, all this stuff, someone's going to blame. It's going to be him.
And it's a bad franchise.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll get a 5. But like I said, if they lose, that game, Minnesota Jets next week in London, huge game.
Huge
game.
Oh, the ramifications.
Yes, right.
Oh, the ramifications. And it's not even November yet. Make sure you vote, but not for me.
How about let's stay in New York.
Let's fix China. Sorry.
China.
What was that? New York? What now?
Let's say New York. Brian Daboll, Coach of the Year.
Deservedly
so. And rightly so.
And
2 years ago.
So.
I saw that damn tweet you sent me last week. You tagged me in. Fuck you, Kyle.
You can't handle the truth. Daboll as the Coach of the Year is easily one of the worst press awarded awards that's not taking the freaking comeback player of the year away from a dead guy. Although Trevor Lawrence did manage to throw an interception to a zombie last week. That's a thing. But I'm terrible. But that being said, it's hard to say that he's not, right? Because, well, it depends on a lot of things. So I'm going to say 7. Okay. Do I think he's less likely to get fired than Saleh and Doug? Yes. Do I still think it's pretty likely that he's one of the ones on Black Monday we don't see coaching a football team in the NFL? Also, yes. Yeah, I don't need to build on that. There you go.
So what number you got?
I said 7.
It's a 7. Okay. I'm going to go 4 just because we got confirmation finally that the Daniel Jones re-sign was not Daboll and Shane. It was the ownership group. It was the ownership group. Okay. I think depending on where this team lands and wins this year, because Daniel Jones could get off the Daniel Jones thing after the season, they will allow Joe Shane and Daboll to actually pick the quarterback they want.
I'm not
now but that depends on where the problem. This is the problem though, man. The Giants since Tom Coughlin, okay, you've gone the mismatch of Ben McAdoo to Pat Shurmur to Joe Judge.
By the way,
like it's clear that changing coaches every 3 goddamn years is not really smart. Okay. And a lot of the pieces that were here are still kind of here are a lot of David Gettleman's problems. David Gettleman's groceries, not Joe Shane's. You know, and I had a feeling Tisha Morrow was involved in picking Daniel Jones to return to his team and resign him to that big deal 2 years ago. And it was confirmed like 2 weeks ago.
Well, of course it was. First of all, so let me tell you how non-newsworthy that is, okay? Because what was 2022 Brian Daboll's alleged coach of the year offensive play calling playbook, actually? It was 1 page and it was 1 square written in crayon, give the ball to Saquon, okay? Mm-hmm. Let me be clear. Of course he's not parting with Saquon. He knows that much, right? He knows he trying to go with the one that brought him the ball, baby. So, you know.
Yeah. So, but this can go either way. I'm gonna go 4, but the Giants fucking flame out to the point they're not even competitive rest of the year. Definitely, he'll be gone. He won't be a hot seat.
I thought this was already over, Ernest Christian.
If they win 6 to 8, if they win in between 6 to 8 games this year, he'll be safe.
That's
they'll allow him to play on quarterback. I think so. I don't think Tisha Morrow want to continue going over.
If you're correct, that's a bad strategy. I'm sorry.
We'll see.
That's a bad strategy, Cotton.
Okay, Cotton. All right, next team, next coach here. Let's stay in division. Philadelphia Eagles coach Nick Sirianni. Hot seats.
You know what he and Peterson have in common? No, it's not that they were Eagles coaches. It's they're both at an 8 or a 9. Okay, listen, Sirianni. I don't think they'll miss the playoffs. If they do, he gone. If he gets to the playoffs without winning the division and then loses again, he gone.
Wild card. Yep.
If he wins the division and then loses a playoff game in Philly, he extra gone. So, since I think all three of those scenarios are the only thing that are going to happen to the Eagles, he gone.
So you're gonna go to 9.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go 7. I'm gonna go 7.
You're
it's high. He probably should be in the hot seat, but the optics not looking bad now. The whole Jalen Hurts. I would have said 3. I would have said 3 or 4 2 weeks ago.
No, sir. Your problem with your statement of the optics aren't bad is you're only looking in the folder that has 2024 in it. This dude has had bad headlines and stupid headlines going into last year.
I'm saying what I saw from Jalen Hurts on Sunday, the comments. Sometimes you can read between the lines. And what Jalen Hurts said on Sunday was not a ringing endorsement for Dick Sirianni going forward. That's all I'm saying. I would have said. I would have said.
You said the optics weren't that bad, which is a bad statement.
No. I said that we're bad.
Oh,
we're bad.
Okay. Sorry, Gilmore Girls. You're talking.
It got worse.
Okay, got it.
This week with Jalen Hurts' comments at the presser. That being said, I would have said a 3 or 4 2 weeks ago, but then you have the Atlanta game where he fucked up there. And then this week. Look, I don't want to put too much pressure on him for this week's game because, again, massive injuries, no receivers, pretty much. They're banged up. That was a wounded dog walking into that game.
You'll need to go to the comments.
I will in a second. They can wait. But the reality is this. Philadelphia has shown through the years, and especially with this regime, that they are massively aggressive with roster changes and everything else. And they have done their job. Jeff Lurie has done his job to make this team better on the fly if need be, but with aggressive acquisitions and trades and drafting and all that. So Nick Sirianni, it's a 7 to even. I'll go 8.
I'm about to say.
Now I expect the Eagles to win the division still, as I said on top of the show.
Okay.
However, to your point, if they don't get at least the second round of playoffs this year, he's toast.
I still maintain,
and I think even then it's still shaking around.
I'll still maintain that part of the reason why the Eagles and being in a place where they suck is important is because of the power vacuum. Boom.
Could be right. By the way, to some of the comments, Mikey B said 6 for Dayball, 8.5 for Sirianni. Of course, Woke Jim has something to say.
But Kyle, he made it to the Super Bowl. Hubba. Money.
That don't matter to Philadelphia.
Actually, it's really about who don't you trust, and I don't trust Sirianni anyway. So there you go.
Like maybe they should trade for why not stay healthy. Maybe.
Bro. How about you have a quarterback that doesn't have a wrist issue every 30 seconds? How about that?
All right, next one here.
Funny because that's the guy I was talking to. Anyway, go ahead.
No one said this name, but I'll ask you anyway.
Okay.
Zach Taylor in Cincinnati.
No, he'll be fine.
That's what stood out there.
Because honestly, while I don't, as a rule, particularly prefer, he's a cool guy. I asked him a pretty good question from like the dang. He had to sit in bleachers because it was COVID protocol, and like we still had a really good reaction over that distance. So I have no problem with Zach Taylor. He's not my preferred style of delivery in a coach, but there's so much pub and, in my opinion, rightly so, others would disagree, and consideration given to Joey Burr's injury history that they may, because like what he did with Jake Browning and to get them to compete, granted they didn't win enough games to make the playoffs or anything, I get it, but he's fine. He's fine.
0.0 because and he's safe for a number of reasons too. Also, that owner's cheap as fuck anyway. Mike Brown is cheap as fuck.
He doesn't want to have to deal with a new guy. Okay,
so sure. Right there saves his job.
And well, I mean, and if you want to bring up Burns,
it's going now. He says 0 as well too.
But the new offensive coordinator thing is cute. Nobody in the press really would pay attention to that, so it's good that you bring it here. I guess what I'm saying by extension is Mikey Burns knows ball. But yeah, for me, I think it's more about the fact that everybody knows Burr's injury issues have been a big part of it.
And the offense is not the problem at this point. The offense is actually one of the best offenses in the league. It's the defense been shit.
Last week, the Bengals defense looked mighty nice at times. I'll give them that.
At moments. I mean, it's Carolina now. Come on now. But yes, to your point. All right. 2 more coaches here. Let's stay in Ohio. Kevin Stefanski in Cleveland.
You know, and I was talking to the guys on the Barking Browns podcast about this. You know, shouts to Jacob, Nick, and Casey. They better not. Mm-hmm. They better not. I'm still giving him a 7 because desperation's a funny thing.
But they stupid as fuck. That's why. Yeah.
Next question.
6. So we're in the same ballpark because I don't trust the Browns.
Money. Who don't you trust?
It shouldn't be his fault, but there you go. They're gonna do it. They're gonna blame somebody. You know, so I mean,
yeah, well, but that's the one thing. The reason why I don't put it at an 8 is because I think Watson takes a lot of the heat off of him. You know, so otherwise I would be inclined to go higher than 6.
Yeah, Mike says Stefanski should be a 4, but with Watson, a QB should be like an 8. Probably. I mean, same idea. So yeah, I'm with you. Finally, last name here.
Billy Napier, 10. Kidding.
1,200.
Not the NFL. It's a joke. People, settle down.
The most boring team in the NFL, but everybody let's talk about him. Mike McCarthy, Dallas Cowboys. Go.
I mean, the question. Let me pose before I give a number. Let me pose the question to you as a Cowboys fan here on the panel. What needs to be done to keep McCarthy in the building? I think that's the easier question, right?
I think we said that at least one playoff win.
Okay.
Whether or not it's a bye week and then win the divisional game to the conference championship, or
a win
wild card weekend, not win division, and then get a second round of playoffs.
Okay,
a playoff win,
season win. Got it.
Yeah.
Do you even have them making the postseason?
I had it before the year started.
That's not what I asked you.
Right now, they're on the fringe. So right now, if I had to pick answer right now, playoff teams are not guaranteed.
On the fence because they're on.
No, I'm going through the list now. Okay. If I had to go through the list right now of who I have in the playoff this year right now, so I'll stick to Philadelphia. I'll take Minnesota, Detroit, Green Bay. Green Bay's taking 3 in the NFC. That's 4 right there. You get Tampa. Is it Indiana South?
Atlanta.
How about San Francisco? Despite injuries, I trust them still.
Atlanta, right?
Nope.
You don't think Atlanta's going to
get Nope. I don't trust them yet.
Damn sure not your Saints.
Hell no. I told you that already. You're frauds.
Hell to the no.
It's a race between the Dallas Cowboys, the Washington. Listen to me a second.
It's all right.
Is it coming to Washington and Dallas?
Bro. And you expect me to believe you have more confidence in your Cowboys than you do your Red Tails? You're out of your fucking mind. So the answer is no.
I don't know.
Good God.
I don't know.
4552 in the podcast. If you wish to record the audio of EJ Christian actually cramming a fence post up his rectum because he's sitting on the fence so hard, this is what happens. But I don't sit on the fence. Good God. By the way, I'm having a Dave Chappelle moment. Gotcha, bitch.
I don't know when it is. Jim, if you're in the comments still, when that Washington Dallas game is, the first one, that's going to be huge.
Well, the thing is, there's 2 of them, so there's that.
Right. And it's always at the end of the year, too, also on top of that. Almost always at the end of the
Correct.
year. So
I'm
going to say yes.
I'm going to say no, even though I currently have the Cowboys.
I'm going to reluctantly say yes.
I, at one point, a slight yes. Very good.
Slightly.
I at one point had the Bears in my bracket for predictions and then crossed them out and put the Cowboys in, and now I'm wishing I hadn't.
The Bears are gone. Bears are mine. Bears are mine also too. They're out too.
So, but anyway, so in light of that, I feel like I have to say a 9. Burn apparently has a 10. It's all good.
Fence hitter. His first one's in November. Oh my God! So we got a lot of time before those 2 games. We shall see.
Anyway, so
Cowboys' schedule is brutal though going forward. So I mean, I'm saying that with reluctancy.
Yes, yeah. You keep saying it. That you are consistent on that.
Yeah. So we'll see. But I'm gonna
consistently as you sit on a fence. But
that being said, I don't see him in a playoff game anyway. So he's gone. 10, 12, 15, 25. So there you go. Anyway,